Hello, friends. We are now going to do a quick synopsis of The Familiar. Now, as you recall, this was part of my Let's Judge a Book by Its Cover episode 1, and you might need to go back and watch that, so I'll wait. Okay, so this book was not what I thought in terms of a scorpion trying to find himself, but there was a real scorpion in there at one point, and Scorpion was a nickname for the Familiar, who was this immortal guy who, gosh darn it, just wanted to find someone to love. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get into it. This is going to be a quick overview. No spoilers, so if you want to read it, you can, and you should, because I do recommend. Anyway, this book is set in medieval times against the backdrop of the Spanish Inquisition. Lovely, right? Anytime I read a book that's in the Dark Ages, I get a little queasy because I'm just like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Something bad is going to happen, because death was literally lurking around every corner, and it was no different in this book. Our protagonist, Lucia, is a scullery maid who's orphaned, whose only scrap of happiness during these dark, depressing times is singing these little melodies that her aunt taught her that bring magic into the day-to-day. Maybe unburning the bread, maybe multiplying her basket that she got at the market. But it will not multiply money. Instead, it just turns into like angry, creepy, scary spiders that will attack you. So before you even ask, well, why didn't she just multiply money and then that's the end of the story? No, it's not working like that. Lucia's boss, the lady of the house, Valentina, also wants more. She's miserable. She's like, my husband doesn't notice me. Only have 3 dresses. Only have 2 servants. My life is so awful. I mean, yeah, you live in the Dark Ages, so I gotta agree with you there, sis. So she witnesses these little miracles, and she's like, that's my meal ticket to the top. Valentina has her scullery maid perform these little miracles, and eventually it attracts notice of some VPPs, very powerful people. One of those being this guy named Victor, who, as you guessed it, is the worst. And Victor is the owner of The Familiar, the Scorpion, as well as he has a mistress that he keeps who just so happens to be Lucia's aunt. And her aunt is like, girl, careful what you wish for. Better to be a scullery maid than be with these people. And Lucia is like, bestie, no. Like, easy for you to say when you're living your best life and I'm sleeping on the dirt floor. Anyway, it was all a big game. And now Lucia has to take her little miracles and enter into a tournament with all these other magical contestants. It's kind of like a Triwizard tournament almost, because they're trying to get noticed by the king. So now Lucia must enter this tournament with the help of the Familiar to help enhance her powers, who also has a game to play because he's like, ooh, maybe I can weasel my way out of this bargain I have with this guy Victor, because I don't want to be stuck with him for the rest of my life. Which he's already been stuck there for like 400 years. He's like, oh, I've had enough of Victor and his family. So now we must see, will she remain victorious? Will they fall in love? We all love a little bit of a love story. Just love. Will there be loss? Maybe both. Either way, I definitely recommend. I love this author. I have read all of her books. You should read all of her books as well. Let me know what you think, and don't forget to please like and subscribe and see more book-related content coming your way. What should I read next? Actually, what I'm reading next is Midnight Feast. So if you recall, That's the one where I judged it by its cover and assumed it was about a bride who was bitten at her bachelorette party and turned into a werewolf and chaos ensues. So we'll see if I'm proved wrong.